Hey, what's up? It's Randy. Welcome to another episode of my channel. Hey, today I thought I would come out here to Old Sacramento and do kind of like a little walking tour around this place. I've been meaning to do this for a while. This is kind of one of the major attractions for tourists in Sacramento. So this has been on my list to do as a vlog. So I thought today would be a really good day to go ahead and do it. It's a little overcast today, but I think it'll be good for taking some video out here. It won't have so much direct sun and the glare and stuff like that. But yeah, as you can see right behind me here is the Railroad Museum, and that's very cool. I'm not going to go inside of it today, but I'm just going to kind of show you the main attractions out here today and kind of give you an idea of how Old Town is set up and stuff like that. And then if you guys are planning your summer vacations or something like that, you can always come in and check it out in further detail and stuff like that, and check out the museums and dig in a little bit deeper with the history and stuff like that. But all right, let's check this out. Let's go. All right, as you can see, the Railroad Museum is one of the major attractions in Old Town Sacramento, and it's a huge building, and there it is right there. And there's another building down the way there too, and I'll show you that in a little bit. That's another museum. All right, right across the street from the Railroad Museum starts the Old Town here, and you can kind of get a view of it there. And that Danny's Donuts there, donuts and ice cream. Man, that place is popular, man. It always has a line. All right, we're kind of walking up on the entrance here to the Railroad Museum. All right, as we get over here a little bit more, on the other side of the Railroad Museum is the Sacramento History Museum. Now that is very cool also. Along with the Railroad Museum, they are must-sees. I mean, you guys gotta go to to both of the museums here. They're very cool. It's well worth the price, well worth the money. You'll find it very cool. Old Sacramento waterfront. And this is kind of going over here on Front Street here. And we'll walk down there. All right, this is the entrance to the underground tours right here. And as you can see, they built the buildings up pretty high. Because of the flooding, when they first established Sacramento, they realized they had to build higher. But there's a whole other city level underneath this building right here, and this is the entrance to it right here. So if you get a chance to take the underground tour, it's well worth the money. Also, it's definitely an interesting tour. Yeah, here's another entrance also to the underground area. And I'm not sure if you can see, but if you can see how much it goes down. I think it was only about one story that they needed to go up, but they had to move everything up because they had it all built, and they realized this is way before they had any of the levees and stuff like that. So they realized that, there was a lot of flooding every year. So they ended up having to build it up. And as you can see, we're kind of making a slow incline here back up to the street level where they built it all up. All right, that's kind of where I was down there, taking some pictures of the trains and stuff. And there's a big building here. This actually has got some trains stored inside of it. I just wanted to tell you also, a lot of people wonder where the bathrooms are. Here's one of the major bathrooms here. This is really convenient here. So if you're over by the Road Museum, it's just right there in the middle. I kind of zoomed in there. That's always kind of a question that people ask, is where's the bathrooms, and I always point them over here. This is a nice clean bathrooms actually. They really keep it up well. Yeah, this part of Front Street here by the museums is also the location of some of the original buildings. Now, I believe most of these are replicas now, and I think there's only a few that are actual original. A lot of the that Eagle Theater is well documented, and in fact, flood came in when they were having a big production there and stuff like that. So that's kind of one of the things in the part of the history that you'll learn. And as you can see here, this is all part of the train museum, part of the tour. But they got some big locomotives in there. And this is a lot of what you see inside the museum also. And as you kind of do a panoramic here, you can kind of see the I Street Bridge over there. And this is the waterfront here. The Zuccaret building. And then some old train cars here. All right, this is part of the waterfront here. There's a few little shops through here. Some of it's vacant. And then as we cross the street here, kind of pan over here, this is Front Street right here. And you can see all the way down there. And we'll walk down there too. And then you kind of go over there. All right, walking on the boardwalk right here. I wanted to show you real quick. This is right where I set up my guitar and busk right here, right in the spot right here. Because this restaurant's out of business. It used to be a very popular restaurant called Fat Cities, and it went out of business. You know, it was a pretty well-known guy from the early years of Sacramento that had a restaurant chain, and this one just happened to close down. But yeah, this is where I play my music here. And as you can see, when you pan around, you can see the Zuccaret building in the background. And that's the waterfront over there. And you can even see the Tower Bridge over there. Yeah, Front Street here. Awesome. I love this cobblestone streets, man. This is so awesome. Here's kind of the view around the corner here. A lot of little gift shops, a lot of little places to eat, places to grab little treats, yogurt shops. There's actually Willie's Burgers over there. I'm gonna do a vlog on that. That's kind of a Sacramento chain that started over on Broadway over by the Tower Theater. So I'm gonna probably do a separate vlog on that eventually, but they have really good chili burgers and milkshakes and stuff. So if you wanna find a place to eat, that's actually an excellent place to eat. All right, this is kind of the entrance to the waterfront here. And as you can see, yeah, this time of day you get a lot of trucks, a lot of delivery trucks and stuff like that. That's what the noise is. Yeah, this is kind of the backside. Kind of heading over to the waterfront here. And there it is right there, the Delta King. It's a restaurant, hotel. Delta King is a major attraction here in Sacramento. Very cool. And as you can see there in the background, there's Tower Bridge, there's the Rio City Cafe. This is just kind of giving you a panoramic of the waterfront here and the boardwalk here. All right, just kind of standing here on the boardwalk here. I got the Zuccaret building in the background. That's a very cool building. It kind of looks like a pyramid, and that's definitely something you want to get a picture of when you're here for sure. And as I kind of pan around, you can see the Tower Bridge in the background there. And then, of course, this is right where the Delta King is too, right there. That's the backside of the Delta King Hotel restaurant. And that's a pretty major attraction here in Old Sacramento for sure. Yep, this is still the boardwalk here, and as you can see, they even have a Ferris wheel here. That's actually kind of new, like within the last maybe 2 years, maybe something like that. It hasn't been here that long. We got the Rio City Cafe, and as you kind of pan around, there's Joe's Crab Shack, and that's definitely a very popular place here in Old Sacramento. Probably one of the most popular places down here where people go to eat. And you got the iconic Tower Bridge right in the background there. Very cool. This is kind of the backside of the waterfront here, right by the river. And this is the backside of the Rio City Cafe here. And as you can see, the Delta King, and over in the distance there is the I Street Bridge. And now I've done vlogs on both the I Street Bridge and the Tower Bridge, and I got a lot of really good footage of those. So if you are curious about those, go ahead and watch those videos. Just search through my videos and you'll see them. And as you kind of pan around here, there's the Zuccaret building again. And then you get a great shot from this angle here of the Tower Bridge. And I've got a few of these shots on my Tower Bridge video, so check that out. But this is definitely, yeah, it never gets old. It's a very beautiful bridge. You can always get a good picture of it. And then here's the backside of Joe's Crab Shack right here. Eat at Joe's. All right. This is the old schoolhouse here. That's the parking garage that I park in most of the time when I'm going to be here all day. Go to the ParkWiz app, and you can get during the week, you can get a really good daily rate. I think it's $3 for the whole day. So check that out. It's called ParkWiz app. And then of course there's the Laughs Unlimited. That's a legendary comedy club right there. A lot of people, a lot of famous comedians have played in there. That's definitely been there a long time. And that's been there a long time too. They have a lot of saltwater taffy places. This is one of the major ones here. And as I pan around over here, see where that tree is right there? Well, right underneath that tree is where I play music also. I do my busking right there also sometimes. So that's a pretty good spot. And then kind of a panoramic here. You can see the Ferris wheel. And it's kind of blocked by some trees and stuff, but, and then there's Joe's Crab Shack and the Tower Bridge over there. Very cool. Yeah, as I'm walking down here, I just love these wood walkways too, man. They're so awesome. Yeah, and pretty much every one of these buildings have basements, and that was the ground level that I was talking about when they raised everything up. This is actually a very popular gift store right here, Stage 9. Kind of walking down one of the little side streets here. I don't know if you can see that sign there, Evangeline's. That place has been there forever, but it's the greatest gift shop, man. They have costumes and gag gifts in there, all kinds of cool stuff. It's very cool. So definitely check that out if you're here. And there's Willie's Burgers that I was telling you about. Great chili burgers and milkshakes. I'm gonna do another vlog on that later. In each of the alleyways, it goes down to the original level. Because they had to bring it up because there was no levees, and it flooded every year, so they just realized that they had to go higher with everything after they'd already built a lot of it, but they'd get flooded every year. That's the Firehouse restaurant, the backside to the Firehouse. That's a very, very popular restaurant. It's really fine dining, very kind of high-end restaurant. A lot of people, I've been there for like junior proms. A lot of people will go there for their for graduations and senior balls and special events like that. It's kind of a high-end restaurant. Good food. All right, we're getting a look at 2nd Street here, and as you can see, there's the Firehouse entrance right there, and O'Malley's. That's definitely a very popular Irish pub. I've been there a few times, had some good times there. That's a cool place. And there's another place right here called 2 Grand Saloon. Used to be a dueling piano place, but it's out of business now. But that was a really fun place. That was really cool. Used to go there, and they had 2 big grand pianos and 2 piano players playing, like, you know, all the popular songs and stuff like that. It was a really cool atmosphere, a lot of fun. This is where K Street hits Old Town right here. And I did a video on K Street and also on the Doco Center, but we're gonna check that out. It goes down into a tunnel, and I'm gonna take you down there But I just wanted to point out also down here, there's a place called Fanny Ann's. Yeah, Fanny Ann's Saloon. That's a really cool place to get something to eat too. They have good food there, good nightlife there. You can go in there and have some drinks and have a lot of fun there. And then they also have the Finnegan's Pub right here, and that's been there for a while too. That's another really cool Irish pub. Yeah, I missed the 2 Grand Saloon. That place was cool. I love their slogan, eat, drink, and meet merry. It was a cool place, very cool atmosphere. Okay, this is the gateway to downtown right here. This is where Old Town and downtown meet. We're going to go through a tunnel here, so I'm going to take you down there. And they have a mural down there with a timeline of Sacramento history that's very cool. So I'm going to get some video of that and we'll check it out, all right? Yeah, I just love this place. This is 2nd Street here. I just love the boardwalks and the old style. Kind of another look of the Zuccaret building over there, kind of down this middle side street here where Willie's and Evangeline's is right there. All right, we are down here at the mural that I was talking about. This is kind of a timeline of Sacramento history here. It goes all the way from the first settlers, pioneers, city founders, and it gives dates and times and what each person did. There's Charles Crocker. He was a merchant and a railroad baron, and the art museum is named after him. And there's just a lot of important people to Sacramento on this building here, or on this mural here. And some railroad builders, philanthropists, churches, capitalists, educators, reformers, authors, community activists, and redeveloped visionaries. All these people had a very important part of developing Sacramento. And there's Frank Fatt right there. He was a restaurant entrepreneur, the guy right on the end. And that's who owned that Fat Cities that I was telling you about over there on Front Street, where I play my guitar over there. But yeah, some of his businesses are still in business. I think it's owned by another corporation now, but he started all these businesses. And yeah, I think he might have passed away like in '97, I think is possibly when he passed away. But he was very important to Sacramento for sure. But yeah, here's the kind of the backtracking here a little bit, and as you can see, that's the tunnel that we went down in, and kind of give you a panoramic of the whole tunnel here. And there's some more murals over here actually too, so I'm going to take you over here. And as you can see, there's another part of the tunnel here on both sides. Very cool artwork for sure. We're walking right under I-5 right now. That's what the noise is. It's the freeway noise. It's definitely kind of loud down here for sure. But yeah, this is the tunnel. And then it goes out here to the beginning of the Doco Center here. I'll kind of show you that real quick when I get up here a little ways. All right, over here in to the gateway to downtown right here on the other side of the tunnel. And if you watch my Doco video, you'll see this sculpture right here ahead of us. And that's kind of where the Doco Center ends right there. But they have a big Holiday Inn here. It's pretty much kind of a sky rise there. And then they have the Macy's there that's been there forever. Yeah, very cool. This will take you into, if you just keep following that way right there, that'll take you into the Doco Center over by the Golden One Center, which I did a video on that also. And that's where the Sacramento Kings play, but that's a really cool place over there. So check those videos out also. All right, I'm kind of walking back through the tunnel here and I head back to my car. But as you can see, there's the murals. Very cool. Yeah, a lot of cool little restaurants and gift shops. Here's that Fanny Ann Saloon that I was telling you about. That place is pretty cool. Had some pretty fun times in there. River City Tattooing. All right, we got the Pony Express statue here. All right, I guess we'll go ahead and kind of finish things up here at the Pony Express statue here. Now the Pony Express started right here in April 4th, 1860, supposedly through its time in business until they discovered better ways to deliver the mail. They delivered 35,000 pieces of mail, and but yeah, it all started right here, Sacramento, California. Very cool. I think we'll call it good for this video. I appreciate you watching and hanging out with me on this one. I had a lot of fun with this vlog. I hope you guys liked it. Please subscribe to my channel, and until the next vlog, we'll see you soon. See you later.